and welcome to Season 3, Episode 7 of Pro Wrestling's Top 50. I'm your host, Travis McNeil, and today we continue our countdown of the top 50 matches in ECW history with match number 44 on our list, which is the ECW World Heavyweight Title ladder match between the champion, Christian, and the challenger, Shelton Benjamin, from the WWE TLC Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2009 event held on December the 13th of 2009. Surprise! So I feel like this is going to be the first match on this list that is going to tick a lot of people off. When I decided that I was going to do the big ECW rewatch project for this list, I included the WWE version of ECW. And, you know, as I'll say an ECW purist, it's not the same. It does not feel like ECW, but whether we choose to accept it or not, it is part of that lineage, and that's why I've included it. Now, ECW 2009, you will not find a bigger fan of that year of that television show than myself. Although it is not ECW, it is a tremendously fun 1 hour weekly television show, chock full of fantastic matches, good storyline development, and the guys that were underutilized getting a chance to, you know, outperform anything they've ever done. You see great debuts all through it. You get Jack Swagger, you get Sheamus, you get Evan Bourne or Matt Sydal, you get Miz and Morrison doing their thing, you have Finlay tearing it up, you have Christian having the best run of his career, you have Matt Hardy, who was revitalized in 2008 by ECW. It's such a good program that I feel has so much resentment against it just because it has that ECW moniker to it. But it really almost exists in its own bubble, kind of like how 205 Live did for a while, and there's lots of quality. This match being one of them. I feel that a one-on-one ladder match is something that's quite hard to pull off nowadays. It's a little bit of a lost art because we've gotten so used to the TLC matches and the Money in the Bank matches and these multi-men, you know, crash mile-a-minute style of ladder matches. So at the TLC pay-per-view, it was established there would be a table match, a ladder match, and a chairs match. For each of the major world titles, the ECW title being one of them. They drew the ladder match card, I suppose, and Christian threw out the challenge to Shelton Benjamin. And I really don't like how they set it up. These guys weren't feuding. There was no rhyme or reason for this match. Shelton was on a little bit of a win streak. Christian was the champion, and he basically threw the challenge out to Shelton to steal the show. I hate that, right? I think wrestling should be competitive about winning, you know, not trying to steal the show or put forth the best performance, but it is what it is. What we got here, though, was a super hard-fought match, chock full of excellent spots, good drama, and really, outside of the tables, ladders, chairs, and canes match from the final ECW pay-per-view Guilty as Charged, it was the only ECW world title match to be a true ladder match. Yes, we had Sandman and Mikey earlier in this list, but this was belt hanging from the rafters. Winner is the one that pulls it down. ECW had Stairway to Hell matches and things like that, but all of those matches also ended via pinfall. So this was a traditional ladder match. We get some good stuff really early on here. We get some errant blood where Christian gets basically the ladder, you know, lands on his head. It splits him open. Being WWE, especially at this time, they were very, very much heavy on the no blood rule. So the match comes to a screeching halt while Christian's cut can be checked. It does derail the match a little bit, but it's not too bad. They do a logical job explaining it of the referee holding Shelton Benjamin back, not allowing the match to progress until it is safe to continue, if Christian can continue. During that time, though, Shelton Benjamin sets up a ladder on the floor, climbs onto it, and hits a huge flip dive off the ladder onto Christian. So they did utilize that time a little, you know, somewhat well. We get a big ladder bridge set up across the ring apron and the announcer's table that is teased but not utilized, at least not yet. In the ring, lots of cool stuff. Shelton Benjamin is just an athletic freak. So there's a spot where he is on the top rope and has a ladder, and he basically propels himself on that ladder into an upright position to try to get the belt. Christian knocks him back off. He proceeds to kick himself back off the top rope and rides that ladder down into a clothesline on Christian. I don't know if I did an okay job explaining that or not, but it was a really, really cool spot. They do a callback as well to their Survivor Series 2004 Intercontinental Championship match, which was a show stealer on that particular show as well, where Christian hits a monkey flip, Shelton lands on his feet and uses that opportunity to try to dart up the ladder, but he is cut off. We get big spots here. Christian hits the falling reverse DDT off the ladder. Shelton hits a power slam off the ladder. We get a buckle bomb into the ladder. And as we lead into our finish, something really, really great. Shelton goes for a sunset flip powerbomb off the ladder, lands on his feet, and holds Christian in running powerbomb position. Remember that ladder bridge. This was a spot that was done at that year's Money in the Bank, that Shelton hit that sunset flip running powerbomb to somebody through that ladder bridge onto the floor. Shelton goes for it, but Christian has it scouted, counters it into a hurricanrana into the buckles. Both guys end up on the ring apron. Shelton teases a German suplex through that ladder bridge. Christian counters it into his signature kind of like pendulum up kick. It knocks Shelton on the ladder. Christian proceeds to hit a frog splash off the top rope through that ladder bridge onto Shelton, breaking the ladder. It looked great, got a huge reaction, great spot, and Christian was able to climb up the ladder to pull down the ECW title and retain in a thrilling ladder match to open what overall was a pretty solid show at the time. So again, this isn't ECW. The belt looks different, although it didn't initially, but it's really a great match, and it has that ECW moniker. So like I said, it fits that lineage. Christian's run in ECW was so good. This dude came back from it, basically propelling himself into a main eventer status in TNA. I think everybody was excited when it was announced Christian was coming back, and then he was thrown on the ECW brand, and everybody was kind of like, okay, what the heck? But it allowed him an opportunity to work 15-minute television matches all the time, which he is absolutely excellent at. Truly one of the best TV match wrestlers of all time. And again, something that I don't think he really gets the credit for, but something I hope to see him utilized in that role now that he is in AEW. Christian had so many great matches though, matches with Jack Swagger, matches with Yoshitatsu, matches with William Regal, matches with Zack Ryder, this ladder match here with Shelton, amongst others. This match, because it's technically on a WWE show, you can of course check it out on the WWE Network or on Peacock. It's well worth your time if you can get over the fact that it's not ECW. There's a lot of fun stuff that flies right under everybody's radar on that show. I apologize if today's video upset you because you weren't thinking we were going to include the WWE branded stuff. There's not going to be a lot to give you a spoiler, but there is some really good stuff that's worth your time. Speaking of worth your time, if you want to make sure you don't miss one of my videos, please subscribe to the channel here on YouTube, follow on Instagram and Twitter at Wrestling50, and please join me again tomorrow as we continue to count down Pro Wrestling's Top 50. Top 50.